Well, for more on Tencent's booming business, we're joined by Ari Zoldan, CEO of Quantum Networks. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here, Rachelle.
So, Ari, how surprised are you by Tencent's third quarter results?
Quite frankly, I'm not that surprised, but I know Wall Street's eyes are pretty much falling out of their head because this is a very, very unusual situation, especially with Wall Street spending so much time and doing a lot of number crunching. And the estimates just completely blew past them and everyone in the market. So it's quite a surprise.
And it's certainly a competitive market. So help us understand the ecosystem of Tencent's business.
Sure. So for the most part, Tencent basically owns a majority of the technology companies, or at least the profitable technology companies in China. And the two household names are obviously WeChat. And if you think about the messaging app WhatsApp, it's a direct competitor to WeChat. But the numbers are extraordinary. I mean, we know the Chinese population is about 1.372 billion people. The amount of people using WeChat is approximately 980 million people. So the numbers are just absolutely staggering. And then on the media and the entertainment, they completely own the gaming space as well. And as you know, right here, Rachelle, this is the most expensive real estate, is that screen over here that you're looking at. So right now, Tencent owns that.
And we see that they're also upping their stake in Snap, a company that's been essentially struggling against rivals like Facebook and Instagram. So how does Snapchat play into Tencent's overall strategy?
Well, I mean, quite frankly, Tencent is looking at America, and they have been looking at America for some time, trying to figure out how to actually move into the space in a way where it's not threatening. So obviously taking a position not only in Tesla, they took a majority stake in Tesla, but also obviously a 12% stake in Snap. So they're obviously very eager and interested to be playing in the space.
So which businesses or sectors do you think have the most potential in the future for Tencent?
I think it's going to be, at the end of the day, it's going to be mobile gaming, it's going to be mobile payments. Obviously, WeChat is not going anywhere. And quite frankly, Tencent have been so successful in pumping in innovative products and inventions into their handsets, into their customers' handsets. So the company is just, I mean, at a $472 billion market cap, I mean, mark my words, I think in 24 to 36 months, we're going to see them crushing Amazon. And Amazon, as you know, is a $500 billion market cap. So
now we know that Amazon tends to jump into all different sorts of directions. Does Tencent risk overextending itself, though, into too many different directions?
That's always a concern, right? I mean, Tencent could focus on the Chinese market, and there's enough money over there to be able to make them happy for a very long time. But the company has an enormous amount of cash reserves as well. So, why not actually, spread some of that cash out and see actually what's sticky? And what they're doing is actually throwing a lot of mud against the wall and seeing what sticks. But quite frankly, with a $500 billion market cap, a company like that can afford to do.
Certainly have the spending ability there. So as we saw, though, many tech startups backed by Tencent launching IPOs recently have really been warmly embraced by investors. How do you think that's going to affect Tencent's position?
It's hard. I mean, especially I think what's happening is, look, the barrier of entry to build a company in China, for instance, the barrier of entry is very, very high. There's no question. It's not like the United States landscape where you could be up and running, start a company, and be out the door in the next 24 hours. So, taking that coupled with a lot of Chinese high-level government investments into the WeChats and the Tencents of the world, it makes it very challenging for some of the smaller companies to be able to compete in the space, even if the companies are Tencent investing in some of the smaller innovative companies.
All right, well, thank you as always for your insights. Ari Zoldan, CEO of Quantum Networks, LLC.